News Services Division of All India Radio presents Northeast Diary.
Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, today we will talk about a famous tourist spot in Sikkim, which is the Khechupalri Lake. The Orange Festival was held in Nagaland recently. We will also share details about that. At the very onset, let us go over to Tripura. With the approaching state assembly elections in Tripura on the 16th of this month, the Election Commission is making all-out efforts to conduct the polls in a peaceful manner through Mission Zero Violence. Our Agartala correspondent has more details.
Taking lesson from the past instances of violence, the Election Commission is leaving no stone unturned to conduct this year's polls in the northeastern state of Tripura with tranquility and peace. Talking to AIR Agartala, Chief Electoral Officer Kiran Gite said that the personnel from the Central Paramilitary Forces have arrived in a large number in the state. He said the candidates from different political parties will be provided adequate security during the election period. Besides, adequate security will be in place for the election rallies and public meetings that have been taking place across Tripura.
त्रिपुरा विधानसभा चुनाव 2023 का हम लोग तैयारी कर रहे हैं। 18 जनवरी को इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने चुनाव की घोषणा की। उसके बाद हमारे सभी वोटर लिस्ट, पोलिंग स्टाफ, ईवीएम, सिक्योरिटी सभी मेजर्स हमने लिए हैं और विशेष करके इस साल का हमारा फोकस है शांततापूर्ण चुनाव। हमने इसके लिए मिशन जीरो पोल वायलेंस हमने शुरू किया है और राज्य में काफी मात्रा में सेंट्रल पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स आगमन हुआ है और हमने हमारे पॉलिटिकल रैली, कैंपेन, कैंडिडेट्स या ऑब्जर्वर्स जो भी चुनाव प्रक्रिया में लोग शामिल हैं, हमने उनकी पूरी सुरक्षा के लिए इंतजाम किए हैं।
Talking about the security arrangement to maintain law and order, initially 100 companies of the Central Armed Police Force were been deployed in the interior areas of Tripura. In addition to this, 100 companies of the CAPF have also been operational by early January and are deployed in urban areas. Moreover, 200 companies of the CAPF in addition to above are likely to arrive this week. These CAPFs are being used for area domination, patrolling, flag march, vehicular patrolling, Naka duty, raids among other things, which also include counter-insurgency.
पूरे मिलके 3,333 पुलिस स्टेशन है। हमने इसमें से करीब 929 पुलिस स्टेशन ऐसे निकाले हैं जिसमें लास्ट इलेक्शन में कम वोटिंग हुआ था, करीब 88% से कम हुआ था। तो हमने विशेष अभियान चलाया है स्वीप का, सिस्टमैटिक वोटर एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम। हम इसके तहत सभी शहरी और ग्रामीण और ट्राइबल भागों में हम लोगों को और ज्यादा मात्रा में वोटिंग करने के लिए उत्साहित कर रहे हैं। मिशन 929 के अंतर्गत जो हमने अवेयरनेस कैंपेन चलाया है, मुताबिक ये वोटिंग परसेंटेज इस साल पिछले चुनाव से अच्छा होगा। अभी हमारा नॉमिनेशन का आज आखिरी दिन है। इसके बाद कैंडिडेट फाइल होने के बाद हमारे पोस्टल बैलॉट्स का काम चालू हो जाएगा और फिर उसके बाद हम जो होम वोटिंग जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने चालू किया है, जो 80 साल के ऊपर और जो फिजिकली हैंडीकैप्ड है उनके लिए जो घर पे ही वोट करने का एक प्रावधान बनाया है, उसमें भी हम लोग प्रोसेस शुरू करेंगे। कुल मिला के पूरे राज्य में 60 विधानसभा क्षेत्रों में हमारा अच्छा प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि इस साल का चुनाव शांतिपूर्ण होगा और त्रिपुरा में करीब 90% का वोटिंग परसेंटेज होता है। इस बार हम लोग क्रॉस करके एक उत्सव जैसा हमारा त्रिपुरा का चुनाव होगा।
Despite instances of poll-related violence in the past, one of the silver linings of this northeastern state of Tripura is that it has been recording on an average 90% polling percentage. And with beefed up security measures this year, Mr. Gite believes that the state will surely break its previous records come February 16, 2023. For Northeast Diary, this is Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Agartala.
In Nagaland, the third edition of the annual Orange Festival 2023 was held at Rusoma village under Kohima district from the 24th to 25th of January 2023. The two-day festival was organized in collaboration with the Department of Horticulture, Agriculture, Rural Development, Land Resources and Kohima Smart City. We have a report.
In Nagaland, the third edition of the annual Orange Festival 2023 was held at Rusoma village under Kohima district from 24th to 25th of January 2023. The two-day festival was organized in collaboration with the Department of Horticulture, Agriculture, Rural Development, Land Resources and Kohima Smart City. The Orange Festival in Rusoma village of Kohima district is conceptualized to recognize and celebrate the hard work of the orange growers while facilitating them the market linkages to sell their produce at one hub. At present, there are about 35,000 standing trees of orange plantation in Rusoma village, and this is generating an income of more than 40 lakh rupees to the village. The two-day Orange Festival also featured several stalls like the sale of handicrafts, orange vegetables and fruits, food items, sale of orange saplings, workshop on orange and coffee plantation and signature campaign on Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. This is Sharmila Goswami with Asuno for Northeast Diary from AIR Kohima.
Under the fold of the National Nutrition Mission, the government has been making many efforts to eliminate the scourge of malnutrition from the country. Efforts are being carried out in all states through the Poshan Abhiyan, which has become a mass movement to improve the nutritional status of adolescents, children, pregnant women and lactating mothers.
देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम 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 देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम 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 देश उम्मीद से है करो पोषणम.
Like many states, Mizoram too has been implementing the Poshan Abhiyan with utmost care in the midst of the target groups. For best implementation of the program, the state was given the National Award in 2019 to 20.
मुख से झांकता है भारत का कल, अन्न प्राशन करो, स्वस्थ बचपन करो, माँ का संसार हो, दूध सा प्यार हो, आशा वाला नया एक जीवन करो, खोल के आंखें सपने खड़े सामने, सारे सपनों का मिलकर करो पोषणम पोषणम.
During the post-COVID situation, the Department of Women and Child Development of Mizoram has taken further action to make Saksham Anganwadi centers and eliminate all symptoms of malnutrition. Now we bring you an interview with the Director of Mizoram Government's Department of Women and Child Development, Lalian Pui, who shares her thoughts and approaches taken by her department in the best implementation of the nutrition program in Mizoram. The interview was conducted by Vanlal Ruata.
Madam, we came to know about an enormous success in the implementation of nutrition program in Mizoram, and the credit goes to your department. So can you please explain briefly about Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan Ma 2.0?
First of all, I would like to thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity and recognizing the efforts made by the department in developing the nation for the future generations. Coming on to Saksham Anganwadi, it was earlier known as ICDS, that is Integrated Child Development Services. In Mizoram, it was first started in Lungdar East ICDS project in 1979. After 35 years of its implementation, it has gone into a mission mode from 2022, and the main vision and mission of ICDS are: Number 1, preventing and reducing undernutrition as early as possible in a life cycle approach, recognizing that growth and development deficits are cumulative and irreversible. Number 2, focusing on reaching children under 3 years of age, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers for enhanced child survival, nutrition and development and learning outcomes. Number 3, an integrated approach to early child development, addressing physical, motor, cognitive, emotional and social development holistically, enabling children to realize full development potential and active learning capacity without discrimination. Number 4, extending from the center to family and community-based approaches, need to reach out to the most vulnerable age groups and the most excluded community groups, ensuring equity, inclusive approaches to reach the most vulnerable and disadvantaged community groups, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and minorities, etc., and based approach with women's empowerment as the mover of social change, moving from outlays to child-related outcomes and ensuring ICDS universalization with quality.
Madam, how are these two programs, Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0, being implemented by the Women and Child Development Department in this state?
Both the programs are being implemented under Women and Child Development Department. Saksham Anganwadi, formerly known as ICDS, was first launched in 1978. Currently, there are 8 district program offices. There are 27 ICDS project offices, headed by Child Development Project Officers, or as we say, CDPO. These 27 ICDS projects are being divided into 93 circles, which supervise all the 2,244 Anganwadi centers across the states. Likewise, in Poshan, the Director, Women and Child Development is the Mission Director. Under the state, there is a State Project Management Unit headed by the Deputy Director, District Project Coordinator and District Project Assistant, as well as Block Coordinator and Block Project Coordinator. And Block Project Assistants are being placed in every district program offices and every ICDS project offices to support the existing staff for achieving the mission and vision of Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0.
Is ICDS focusing on providing nutrition support? How are these being implemented in a grassroots level?
Nutrition support deals with the preventing and reducing undernutrition as early as possible in a life cycle approach, recognizing that growth and development deficits are cumulative and irreversible. Apart from this, an integrated approach to early child development, addressing physical, motor, cognitive, emotional, and social development holistically, enabling children to realize full development potential and active learning capacity without discrimination, is also being carried out in all the Anganwadi centers. To avail these benefits, the beneficiaries must be registered in the Anganwadi centers. The focus is extending from the center to family and community-based approaches, recognizing that service providers and community volunteers reach out to the most vulnerable age groups and the most excluded community groups. Involvement of communities is a must and foremost. So, in each Anganwadi center, there is a mothers committee and coordination committee to assist the Anganwadi workers and Anganwadi helpers of that center. Furthermore, I would like to state that the more enthusiasm and commitment these mothers committee and coordination committees are, the better the Anganwadi centers and services are being provided, as the Anganwadi centers does belong to the community.
Can you please give an idea about how far the children and women are benefited in terms of healthy life through the nutrition program?
As per the research and further studies, it has been observed that 1,000 days plays a crucial role in the development of a child. This has been called 1,000 days window of opportunity. This period is from the first trimester of pregnancy till the child reaches the age of 2 years. It is in this period the child's cognitive and motor development develop the most. So, for the child to benefit the most from this period, counseling of parents and relatives of the child in the importance of child feeding practices, regular growth monitoring, etc. are being undertaken, as well as providing nutritious food for the mother and child. Apart from this, pregnant and lactating mothers are also counseled on the importance of healthy life and in the importance of improving their daily eating habits and eventually transform their choice of food. Moreover, the department has come up with a state innovation plan like NutriGarden, Operation Severely Acute Malnourishment. Assistance are being given to the beneficiaries in kind or financially so that they will attain a healthy life.
Madam, we have heard that Mizoram received 2 national awards in maintaining ICDS project. Can you please tell us about the background of these successes?
Since its inception, the director has given prior efforts in bringing healthy life in the community by behavioral change, so that the community benefits the most. The efforts was being noticed by the Government of India, and so the department was awarded with 2 national awards in the year 2018 and 2019. These 2 national awards are Overall Excellence in Implementation with a cash prize of rupees 1.5 crore. Number 2, ICDS Cash Implementation with cash prize of rupees 1 crore. ICDS Cash is an ICT-based real-time monitoring application in which the Anganwadi Center's daily activities are being directly reported to the Government of India.
What are the future plans of the Department of Women and Child Development?
There are many plans ahead. The first and foremost plan is to have operational research for the root causes of malnutrition in the state and develop an action plan to tackle this from the findings, as preventing and reducing malnutrition is the main objective. Finding the root causes in the state is of utmost importance. Secondly, as the Directorate cannot achieve all the objectives alone, we will be converging with the line department in terms of health, sanitation, education, etc. to bring development and healthy living and better practices for the community. And I take this opportunity to all the audience to participate and have sense of belongingness in attaining the future plans so that we make this nation great for ourselves and for the future generation.
Well, we could learn so many things from you, ma'am, on ICDS and nutrition program in Mizoram. Thank you so much, madam, for giving us your time.
Thank you.
For Northeast Diary, this is Vanalrota from Aizawl.
You were just listening to an interview with Lalia Pui, Director of Mizoram Government's Department of Women and Child Development. Talking to her was Vanlal Ruata.
Northeast Diary, bringing you enchanting stories from the northeastern part of India. This program is broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on FM Gold and on our app News on AIR. We look forward to you walking this journey with us every week.
Khejiopari Lake is a key tourist draw in West Sikkim. The lake is considered sacred in Hindu and Buddhist beliefs. Our correspondent takes you through this famous site.
Located near Peiling in West Sikkim, Khejiopari Lake is a lake of many legends and is estimated to be formed around 3,500 years ago. The human foot-shaped lake is part of the Buddhist pilgrimage circuit and is also significant for Hindus. A folk legend is that the footprint is of female bodhisattva Jitindolma, while Lord Padmasambhava is said to have preached at the lake. In the Hinduism, Lord Shiva is believed to have meditated in the Dupukne cave located above the lake. Some believe the lake originated when Lord Shiva stepped on the land. Gangtok-based historian and professor Dr. Rajan Upadhyaya shares Khejiopari Lake's heritage.
While talking about Khejiopari Lake, it has got two major religious linkages, namely the Hindu and the Buddhist, and this lake is considered as sacred by both the creeds of dharmic traditions. Khejiopari is a conjunction of two words, Khejio meaning flying, maybe the yoginis or taras according to Buddhist interpretation, and Pari means palace. According to Shiv Purana, the Pandava warrior Arjuna happened to have crossed Indrakila, meaning the garden of Lord Indra, which is considered to be modern Sikkim, on his way to the Himalayas to acquire Pasupatastra, a lethal weapon from Lord Mahadeva to fight against the Kauravas. It is also believed that during that course of venture, Arjuna sat for penance at a place which is nowadays known as Lekship in West Sikkim, and at the very site there exists a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva known as Kirateshwar Shivalaya. Mahabharata further indicates the northward movement of the Pandavas from Lekship towards the Himalayas during their period of isolation. It was during this course of venture they are believed to have reached to a lake known as Yakshakunda. The longest epic, that is Mahabharata, further illustrates that on the bank of the lake there appeared a Yaksha. Yaksha here can be considered as the caretaker or the keeper of the lake, who had forbidden the Pandavas to drink water from the lake until they answer his questions. The Pandavas, with a bit of their arrogance and pride of their valor, ignored his questions and drank water from the lake. After a while, they all got unconscious and fell down. Yudhishthira, the Dharmaraja and the eldest of the Pandavas, due to some adverse circumstances, reached the lake a bit later than his siblings. When he saw his unconscious brothers, he got speechless and asked himself who would be the person who made his illustrious brothers to fall down. Under such bewildering situation, once again the Yaksha appeared before him and held himself responsible for the act and narrated the entire course of events. Yaksha requested Dharmaraja to answer his 5 questions. Being a shrewd and intelligent, Yudhishthira had been able to convince Yaksha with his answers and made a further request to make his insistent brothers cognizant. Yaksha got impressed with the knowledge and humbleness of Dharmaraja and brought the remaining Pandavas to normality. The Yakshakunda of Mahabharata is considered as Khejiopari Lake by the Hindus of Sikkim. Even today, maybe due to this narration of the Mahabharata, people are not allowed to drink water directly from the lake. Apart from this Puranic and Mahabharata traditions, we have got another linkage to the lake from the Buddhist perspectives. It is believed that Mahaguru Padmasambhava, better known as Guru Rinpoche, trained 64 yoginis, who are known as Chaunsiti yoginis, at Khejiopari Lake, and the lake is also identified by the Buddhists as the footprint of goddess Tara, as from a high vantage point the contours of lake looks like a footprint. The Buddhists believe this lake as being protected by goddess Tara, Another Buddhist legend says that the shape of the lake is in the form of foot that resembles foot of Lord Buddha. In between this, we come across with another legend popular among the Lepchas. So the Lepcha folk legend states that this lake used to be a grazing ground, and a Lepcha couple of cowherds had seen a pair of conch shell falling from sky, which was followed by a massive webble, and spring water emerged from below, giving a shape of a lake. Interesting aspect of the lake is that leaves are not allowed to float here, which is ensured by the birds who pick them up once the fallen leaves touch the lake surface. Considering its religious and cultural significance, the government of Sikkim has declared Kechupalu Lake as protected lake under the Department of Ecclesiastical Affairs.
Kechuperi Lake is also a paradise for nature lovers. Surrounded by dense forest, the lake is a bird watcher's paradise. It is also the origin of several hikes and treks in West Sikkim. This makes Kechuperi a necessary inclusion in the list of tourists, pilgrims and hikers travelling to Sikkim. With Saikat Sarkar, this is Dashangmo Bhutia for AIR News, Sikkim. And now let us listen to this peaceful composition from Assam's legendary songwriter Jyoti Prasad Agarwal. With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye. This program was presented by Ramya, scripted by Suparna Saikia, produced by Sharmila Goswami and assisted by Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of All India Radio.